So, I was thinking, I've been shooting film for probably 5 or 6 years now, but I never really talked about the story about the transition between film and digital, or digital and film. And I honestly realized y'all don't know nothing about me or anything. So I think I want to tell you guys a little story. So it's the beginning of 2020. Everything seems to be like on the up and up for me. I'm a little inspired, but not as inspired as I once was. I'm making these great transitions with my job. My life is going really, really well. The Chiefs just won their first Super Bowl. I'm not a Chiefs fan, and everything is everything. But I started to notice this one central thing amongst my peers. Everybody's shooting film. I'm not shooting film because I spent so much time trying to get the camera I eventually got, which is the Canon 6D, which worked really, really well in low light. Hence why I would shoot a lot of photos in the evening, because I was trying to emulate this particular thing that I hadn't seen a lot of people do at the point. And I was like, my next camera is probably going to be a 5D, but most of my peers are making this transition in film, and I've tried to shoot film a couple different times, right? I've gone through point and shoot cameras, small Canon rangefinders. I've gone through all these different phases, but nothing really would stick. So I wasn't really eager to try to learn film, but peer pressure. I'm looking at some of my favorite photographers making a transition, and I can't understand why. I was even becoming a little begrudging about it, because I was like, we have all this technology. What happened to being early adopters? What are we doing? 3 weeks before the pandemic, I decide if I'm gonna get a camera, I'm gonna get an aesthetically pleasing camera. I wanted an all black camera. Something that I could use, wouldn't make me think too hard. And I really wasn't bought into the whole idea of shooting film. I just liked the idea of maybe having a film camera that I could shoot whenever I decided I wanted to. So I made this long drive to Antioch. No, I went through Antioch, then to Sacramento. Then I went from Sacramento back to Antioch because I was coaching a basketball game at the time. I grabbed this camera from this guy from Craigslist. He said it was his father's. And something about the camera felt heavy to me. Not in physical stature, but the weight of what this camera was going to do for my life. I just didn't know it yet. But again, I'm still not sold. I just got the camera because I was like, hey, at least I have an aesthetically pleasing piece. And it wouldn't be until I believe it was March 11th when I was at work and the world shut down and the pandemic happened and things got really slow. We're in the middle of a pandemic, or just the beginning of it, and I make this really, really gutsy decision to say, hey, I'm gonna learn how to shoot film, but I don't know how to shoot film. And I'm super competitive, and I don't know how to ask for help at the time. So when in doubt, go on YouTube. And I start going on YouTube looking for videos on how to even shoot film and properly expose things and shutter speeds and stuff like that. And it slowed my whole process down, because again, with digital, everything is pretty much in your face. You slide scales, you hit numbers, whatever, no problem. All of it made sense, but film is analog. And luckily I found Willem, a YouTuber and photographer that is amazing. I still watch his videos to this day, and I use his videos as a way for me to get an understanding of my camera. And luckily, the video when it came to like learning how to shoot film was using the same camera I got, which is the Canon A1. So I made a decision. If I could do a portrait shoot that is significantly better, or at least the same quality of my digital work, I will put my digital camera down and I will shoot exclusively on film. I was nervous. Shooting digital, I've been able to create beautiful images. Probably some of the best images that I could have created at the time. But I was starting to feel lesser of a photographer. I didn't feel like I was being challenged. Everything was just automatic. Even in my manual settings, I didn't have to worry about racking my own focus because you just put your lens on automatic and it would focus for itself. But the A1, all black, I got the camera. I'm really eager to shoot it, but I need to figure out who I'm gonna shoot, because again, my method is, I've seen a lot of people shoot film, but I've also shot a lot of film in the past, and my film never really looked like anything that I was overly proud of. So I had to like take a step back and say, with all the photography knowledge I know now versus when I knew then, who could I reach out to do a photo shoot? Something quick, nothing long. And I reach out to two of the homies, Nehemiah and Jeremiah. I tell them, hey, dress in your most 90s aesthetic outfits. We're gonna go do a photo shoot. I'm not sure where we're gonna go do the photo shoot at, but we're gonna do it. And we did. And two things this video taught me. First, I'm terrible at data management because I was only able to find some of the photos. Two, I am terrible at data management. I was only able to find a few of the photos, and it was okay because certain things were backed up. I checked like 5 of my emails, all types of stuff. I asked the homies, they didn't really even have access to the photos outside of the photos that they use currently, but that was all right. I didn't understand the waiting game. So you take these pictures, real nervous, my heart's jumping, and I get the photos back. And the photos are damn near fire. I was like, hold up, cuz I shot these. That joy I got when I shot the pictures and I got them back was almost like the same joy I got when I first got into photography in a real way. It made me eager to go shoot so many other shoots. And I never picked up my digital camera really again for my own personal work to shoot. I've been shooting film for 6 years now, and I regret nothing. It's been one of the best decisions I ever made. That's the story.